folks, welcome back to the village. Out in the shed today. You can probably see, I don't know what the lighting is, the tree's got a lot of shade now, so I just got the one light back here. So gonna be working on a little storage thing out here. I got this high roof out here, got a lot of crap I gotta put places, you know, store big boxes, things like that. So I just want to use some of this. You can see, if you could see up there, I don't know, you could see up in the rafters, just store a lot of wood and stuff up here. Just gets it out of the way and just keeps it, you know, a little more organized. But I want to take advantage of some of this space here. So what we're going to do today is I got some of this slotted angle. I guess I call it that. I can't think what else. A lot of people call different things. And cut this to size. Then we're going to take it, come up here, and we're just going to take and screw it onto the rafters on both sides using 1 1¼ inch number 8 construction screws. You ever watch my channel, love construction screws. Being that they're too small, the head of them on the slot to fit in there, we're going to take a small washer such as and put it on here. That way when we go to screw that on there, it's going to have a place to bite onto and not go through. So that's how we're going to attach them. Basically just going to cut these to size. I think I'm going to come down about 18 inches. I got these smaller pieces we'll cut down. And then once we get the pieces on both sides up, they're going to be going across like this, attached up to the thing on the bottom. We're going to come down here with a piece of this 1x2, 2x4 rip down on the circular saw. And we'll take and fasten that again with the same screws down at the bottom. We'll fasten it on both sides. And that's going to give us our rack, which is going to look like this, hanging down. And then we're going to put another one, a corresponding one, of course, on the other side here. And then across to connect the two, we've got a couple pieces of plywood up here, skinny pieces of plywood. Just for now, I don't have any other big pieces of plywood. We're just going to put those up there now to create a little floor. It's a big box, it doesn't really need a thing. And then later we'll come back and cut a piece of plywood, you know, like a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood, something to cut it down, and we'll put that in there and fasten it on there. But for now, this will work sufficiently. It doesn't have to hold a lot of weight. This shelf might have one in the box and other crap up there. It might be, you know, 20 pounds. So I'm not really worried about it. This should be plenty more sturdy than that to hold everything. So I'm gonna get a good look up here and take a couple measurements. I know my minimum width I have to have is 40 inches, so I'll probably got about 42. And then I'll probably go from the rafter here to this rafter here, which probably should be about 50 inches, I'm guessing. So let me go ahead and make a couple of measurements. We'll come back and we'll see what we're going to do here, folks. So I took the grinder. We got 2 of these cut down to about 22, because I only want to go down 18, but that we need to have it up here on the 2x4 mounted about 3 inches up there. So that'll give me about that 18 drop that I want to have. So I got 2 of those this side. So we'll get this lined up. I'm going to mark some marks out so I can have an area to square it on, and just we'll get up there and try to fasten these on and see what we got going. So let me get up there and make some marks and some measurements, and then we'll see what we got. Okay, I've taken the square, and I've you can see up here I've marked a line up here on the rafter. So now we're going to come back with this piece of angle. Again, got the 1 1/4 construction screw with a washer on top. We're going to have to mount it this way, so we're going to take and just put this in the top hole, and we're going to try to line this up with our line over here that we have to make sure we got it straight, which is going to be fun from the step stool. And we're going to get the ladder out, so we're going to try to make this work. So let's see what we got here. About right there. I can move it around a little. Try to see if we can get that in there just roughly. I'm gonna come back and check my measurement on this real quick to make sure we're in the right spot height wise. Again, I want to stay in that 18-inch range on the drop down. So that's closer to 19. Could have put that up a little. If we move it up in the slot, it doesn't really matter if it's perfect. That's 18 and a half. Might just go with that. I think that's gonna work. Yeah, we'll go with the 18 and a half. That's fine. That'll work. Give or take a little bit. So I'm just gonna square with that line I got up there again. Go with this real quick. Make sure I'm blocking that. So we're just going to square up that line that I made, and we're just going to take and tighten this. And that is right there on the line, so that's exactly where we want to be. Check this again on the measurement. I don't know if I let that slide down a little bit before I tightened it. And it did. Gonna loosen that a little bit. I want it to be up a little higher than that. I was not thinking on that. So we'll slide that up. Look at our line again. There, right on our line. And that should be better. I slid up in the slot a little bit. Let's see what we got here now. Yeah, right about 18 and a half. That works. Now we'll take another one and put it down here. Get another screw here, another washer. Follow up the stool first. All right. Check my line again. We are right on the line, so we're going to go with that. So there we go. And that's going to make it pretty firm. And once we put the other one up on the other side and put that piece of 1x2 across, that's going to firm this up pretty good. So let me go ahead and we're going to measure this out. We want to make sure this is, we want to be at that 40-inch width minimum. So I'm going to go 42 across, and we'll put the other one up on the other side at 40. So we've got that marked up there at 42. So I'm going to bring the square back up here. And we'll just put that up here, and we'll make us a line going down at that 42 mark. Make sure that's nice and square, so that'll get us our good, that 42-inch spacing we're looking for. Just grab the other angle, grab another screw and washer. Just gonna come back up here and repeat the process. Just gonna try to square it up as best I can off of that line. I should measure this, but I'm not. I think I'm gonna be fine. Try to do this with 2 hands. I didn't bring a clamp out like a dummy. All right, let's see. Square this up. Got the same spacing. I knew that was going to happen. Should have brought a clamp. Let's try this one more time, and if it doesn't work, we'll go get a clamp. Just going to put this in here. And then drop it again. And I'll try this at home. Alright. Put it back up on that line. Our spacing. All that was perfect. We'll double check how far we got it. Kind of, we're looking for that 18 and a half we got on the other side. Let's see. 18. It's about a 16th longer than a 18 and a half. Let's double check this one again and make sure we're, actually it's perfect. That one's a 16th inch longer too, so we're right on the money on that. So we'll take that other, we'll get another screw and we'll go ahead and throw this up, square that bad boy up, and we're gonna nail this. Maybe it doesn't work that good. You end up with something going wrong, but sometimes it works out. Taking there you go. And there's two of them, and kind of see what we're coming out with here with. And now we'll come back, like I said. I got the circular saw set up out front. I'm going to go out there. I'll measure this just to double check, and then we'll go take one of these and cut one down to size, and we'll come back and we'll put that across and show you what this is going to look like. Okay, I got my cross member cut down, 42 across. So now we'll take and see how we're going to do this. It's going to be a fun tube. Again, this would have been a good play. I don't really can't use a clamp here. I think we'll see how we're going to do this. This is going to take 3 hands, which I don't have. So let's see what we can do. Let's take this. Square it up the bottom. See if I can get it started like the other one. I think I'll be all right. I think I am just going to get a clamp. This is just going to be too tricky to do. Let me go grab a clamp, we'll come back and we'll get this done. Okay, got a couple clamps here. This should make this a lot easier. Hopefully. So let's see if we can get this one put on here. Slide this up in there. Let's see, do it with my left hand. There, got that one on there. We'll put this one on here, bring this up just a tad. And that should do it. Looks pretty square. There you go. So now we'll come back with another 1 1/4 and a washer dealio. Put it on this corner here. That worked pretty good. I'm going to take this off. I think I'll just go ahead and fasten this side on the other side while I'm here. And then we'll move over to the other side and do it. I want to go a little different so I don't have the screws come across. I think we'll just kind of angle it a little bit. There you go. Okay, that didn't work too bad. I'll get 2 more of these guys set up here. I like to hoard a lot of hardware, so when I don't have to worry about having a lot of stuff laying around because, or have to look for, or had to buy stuff. I have a lot of stuff laying around. I said that wrong. Move that down just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Let's see if we can lean out here and do this one. This one's going to be a little bit more fun. Especially left-handed. Okay. There's that one. We'll come back with this one on this side. And it might look a little loose now because it's just hanging down at this angle. But you got to remember too, it's going to be another one on this side over here, and they got those boards on there going across. So that should be no problem. I'm kind of looking like I might have came a little bit my bike right there. I think we'll be all right. It's going to be kind of tight. If worst comes to worst, I can always take that hook and move that back. So we'll see. I think I did go just a little too far. I did. I should have gone back on this way. Probably about 2 inches. Well, we'll see. We'll get to see how it looks. Worst comes to worst, we'll take those hooks. That's a pain in the butt, but we can always take those and slide those back. I really think I really want to put those bikes a little closer anyways. So that's one done. So I'm going to go ahead and measure up my other down angles and cut those to size. And we'll come back on that other side and mark that, and we'll get that set up and get that in place and see how we got this looking. As you can see, I got the other one done on this end. I just threw these are the only 2 pieces of plywood that I really have that need length. So I think in this one I didn't realize it's been cut down a little bit here. So I think I am going to just cut them to size, length, and put those up there temporarily. I just pop a screw in just to keep them in place. And then later I'll come back with get a full 4x8 piece, and I'll put that all the way across, and then fasten it down across the these boards, and that'll make a big difference in strength wise. Yeah, I started looking at it after I had it up there, and I realized I had it too far down. I was not going to leave a lot of clearance. I'm the tallest person in the world. I'm barely 6 foot, but anybody else bigger than that would come in and be knocking their head, or I'd be hitting it with other stuff. So I figured I'd bring that up a little bit. I might later on down the road even think about how it looks. I might even bring it up just a little bit more. So but again, I like it. It's not like super sturdy. It's not like really heavy duty, but again, it's just to get stuff out of the way. It's not going to have more than maybe 20 pounds ever on it, so you're not going to have to worry about sturdiness per se. I'm going to go ahead and measure these, and we'll go out. I'll take them out with a circular saw, and we'll cut them out front. I'll bring them back, and we'll see what that looks like. Just give it an idea, and then I'll throw you that box we're going to throw up there, the big thing I want to get up and out of the way. And again, just simple to do. Again, and I say it all the time, I save everything. These angles, if you watch my channel, I built a solar mount thing. It was a huge failure, bent the crap out of it in the wind. I'm going to do a different one on another project down the road here, but reuse those, save those, cut them down. These boards here you see with staples on, this was another thing that I had that I dismantled. I put together screws, dismantled it, and reusing it. It doesn't matter. This doesn't matter if I have some staples in it. So stuff's too expensive nowadays on the wood and everything. So everything I use, I save and reuse. That's why I like to have stuff like this to hold stuff, because if you look around, you see lots of scrap wood and stuff. I save everything. So let me go out there. Let me get a measurement on these. We'll go out and cut these, and we'll come back. And we'll see what it looks like. You can see I cut those to size, and I put those pieces of plywood up there. I'm just going to pop in a couple of screws here, keep them in place. You probably can't tell, but what I did is I measured this at 42 inches thinking, oh, wait a second, that's to the outside of that bracket, or the L bracket, so that left me a little short. So what I did is I cheated, and I went down here and I pushed this out an inch this way, so it's got a little more width in it, so it should be able to fit up there no problem, I'm hoping. But I just didn't want to go take those back down again, so went and did that. So pop a couple of screws in on this end. That'll keep those in place. And again, like I said, that's temporary until I get a whole sheet, and the whole sheet will go all the way across. It'll be a funky cut because this is a little wider with this, and I might just come back later and just put that out an inch and make it square, who knows, but for now it does the job. What we're going to try to put up there, I'll show you here. This is a big old box that came from the TV, and it just doesn't fit in my attic, so this is kind of what I put this up here for, mainly. But let's see what this works, see if we can do this without killing ourselves. Put this in there. How are we gonna get this up there? Let's see. Hang on a second, I'm gonna move some stuff around. And as you can see, can you see? Yes. That's what I wanted to put up there. Well, not just that. What I'm probably gonna do later on is on this brackets, I'm gonna modify it, and on the ends of the thing, I'll put some pieces. That way I can push that up, and then I'll have a solid shelf below, and I can use it for storage. That's again why I made it drop down a little further. So see, once I do those little pieces there, this will go up and hang on those up at both ends, and that'll leave a space below. And again, this will be a solid piece of plywood, so I can utilize more of that space. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's gonna work. And again, like I said, I did go back and modify it, so I went up 1.5 inches to give a little more clearance. And I did push it over 2 inches because it was gonna clip the edge of the bike here on the rack. So yeah, I think that worked pretty good. And again, that box maybe weighs 10 pounds, maybe. So again, but once you put that piece of plywood in there, solid piece of plywood, that's gonna firm things up even more. But still, once I do move that up and then, you know, put some other stuff up there, wooden up there, I'm never gonna have more than maybe 30 pounds, 35 pounds on this at one time. So I think it should be more than sufficient to hold everything. And again, just using this is a slotted L bracket like this, ripped down 2x4s, and this is just an old sheet of, I think this is 1/2 inch plywood. So yeah, it's just one of the things. It's just make good measurements, square things up, and it works pretty good. And again, it takes advantage of space that wasn't being used. It's just an empty space up there. Now I'm using that. You know, I got this used up, that up, and that way, once I do, I'll show you when I get to it later on. I'm probably just going to take and come back with some pieces like this. And they'll come off that, like the corner, and we'll mount like this. And that way, and I'll have it on each side. On this corner there'll be one. Each corner will have one. Then I can take that box and balance it up there. And that way I don't have to put a whole thing of sheet in there, and that'll keep that up there. That'll pull that up 5-6 inches, and then I'll have that whole shelf that I can use for other things. So that'll be a part 2 or an improvement or an upgrade or something later on. But for today, we're not going to go there. But yeah, it's a simple thing to do. Just like, you know, something to just use the space more efficiently. Because I just don't have the space for this. It won't go up into my attic. It's not a thing you just throw on a shelf, so this gets it out of the way. So yeah, so that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. If you like watching us, you know, you like watching the video, give me a thumbs up. Helps the channel a lot. If you like what we do out here, again, we do a little bit of everything here. We build, we do these kind of things. We garden, we do solar. I am going to build a solar system. That's my goal this summer. We'll put the panel back up, make an improved mount. We'll wire it in here with a charge controller, lithium-ion battery, and a inverter. So this will be all standalone. It has a cord going to it now that'll all be standalone, running off a solar panel, doing everything. And that way, when I want to run tools and everything, I'm just plugging the inverter and I'm ready to go. I don't have any connection to the house. So that'll come up down the road. That'll probably be middle or later in the summer. So again, if you want to hit that little bell thing down there, I'll tell you when we upload something to the thing. It'll give you a little ding-ding warning on your phone there and tell you that we upload, so you want to come check it out. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one, folks.